Hey everyone, welcome to The Zest, the official podcast of Orange Coast Magazine. I'm Chelsea Ranieri, and today's guest is an Orange County native who took a pretty unconventional path into the culinary world. A Mater Dei High School grad who started out in business and tech at places like Google and Shopify, he's now behind one of the most sought-after pop-ups in New York, where reservations are nearly impossible to land because everyone wants in. His work has even caught the attention of the New York Times, earning him a feature. Please welcome chef and owner of Piscator, Mason Acevedo. We were talking about this a little bit before, but my sister-in-law, Leah, and you are friends, and she had to show me photos of your pop-up. And I was like, this is gorgeous. Like, it was in this beautiful, like, grassy area. And I was like, and she was raving about the Branzino. And so when she told me that you went to Mater Dei and that you're from Orange County, I was like, what the heck? And then she showed me the New York Times video, which was super cool. So I'm so excited to have you on.
No, thank you so much. It's so funny, connection with Leah, because I remember, we knew each other back in high school. And then, we both lived in New York. And then she saw it when I first started the pop-up. I think she was probably at the first one that I did when it was super small. So she's seen it like grow to where it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still small, but like, we're not like 8 fish every 2 weeks like we were in the past.
Right.
So,
but still so cool. And like, I remember in the New York Times video, one of the girls was saying that it's like harder to get a reservation at your pop-up than some of the Michelin star places.
It got crazy. Cool. Yeah, it got crazy. Because at first it was all walk-ups, and then like just everything is made to order, and I'm doing everything off of camping equipment. So I started doing pre-orders. Everything's off of camping equipment. And like,
whoa, I have no excuse of being a bad chef at home. Like, that's crazy.
But that's like pop-up life, because like I was kind of going around from bar to bar, from place to place, like in Manhattan and Brooklyn. And I needed equipment that was like easily transportable. And then also, I was living in an apartment in the East Village. So I was bringing all this stuff up and down 5 flights of stairs. So it was just like, it had to be super like, portable. Otherwise it wouldn't have been possible. But
that's wild. Crazy. Well, I'm so excited to get into Piscator and how you started it. But to go back to the beginning of your story, where did you grow up and what were you like as a kid?
Yeah, so I grew up in Yorba Linda, North County boy. But I think like as a kid, I felt like I did a lot of like theater. Like, do you know South Coast Repertory?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Costa Mesa. Okay. Yeah. Did you ever go to A Christmas Carol? They have it every single year. It's like a big thing.
We've been doing the Nutcracker, but we have Christmas Carol on our list for this year.
Okay. I was at A Christmas Carol for like 4 years. Like I was Tiny Tim for 2. I forget. I was like a few other things for the others, but like South Coast Repertory, they used to pull me too for like different adult productions if they like needed a kid. Like they would pull me in for different stuff. But I did a lot of like kid acting there, and then outside of that too. But that's super into like the theater as a kid. But I
think Pedro Pascal did stuff at South Coast Repertory.
Probably. They have a ton of really great people. Yeah. I mean, it's a great play. It's a great theater. They have like a lot of world premieres there, a lot of really great people working there. And then just the conservatory for kids is just like awesome. I feel like every kid should be in theater. Like it was super helpful.
Totally. I totally agree. Okay. Well, I read this story about you making a Chinese takeout box out of modeling chocolate. What do you remember about that moment and why did that stick with you?
For sure. Yeah. Cause like I was like big HGTV and like Food Network kid, like so queer. Like I was so gay. I love that. It was like a big like bonding thing with my mom. But that was like, I feel like that's when like Cake Boss and like, what were the other ones? Ace of Cakes. There were like big shows that were like popping off then, like late 2000s. But like they were making really cool, hyper realistic stuff. And my mom was doing a lot of cake decorating for friends. So we like built this Chinese delivery box together. And it felt like a cool, kind of like the start of like my love for cooking growing up, just because it transitioned food to something that was like an art form. Like then it was like a craft that I could like create something and be creative. And then it was also just like a food that kind of like, it bonded people together. Like it was bonded with like my mom and my family that way. So
So was your mom a baker as well?
Yeah, that's like the way I like learned. She's like a huge baker growing up. So that was like our like bonding thing, was always like baking together. But
I love that. And I also read that you've been inspired by pastry chefs like, I'm going to butcher their names, Rastam.
They're so hard. I think it's Rastam. Like I'll butcher it.
Okay. And then I the last name Kungrove, and then Dinara Casco. I'm hoping those are correct. But what specifically about their work resonated with you early on?
Yes, okay, they are freaking awesome. If you haven't seen their work, it's insane. Because I feel like, especially like when I was younger with pastry, I feel like it was a big like um, topsy turvy cake, like bright colors, ooey gooey brownie, bubblegum kind of dessert world, you know. But this
Yeah.
is like elegance. Like these are people with architectural backgrounds that like took that, mended that with pastry, and they just created this crazy like fine art with it. Like with Rustam, like he does cakes that look like cement blocks, or like he uses like
Oh,
ganache to create all these like super sharp edges, or like he has some where he'll like surround the cake with gelatin, and then you have this translucent layer that then reveals these like flowers on the inside, like for the cake.
oh, so
It's
pretty.
crazy. Yeah, like if you haven't seen it, it's amazing. And then Dinara did she also is kind of like an architectural background, I believe.
Huh.
But she uses 3D printing to create molds for like mousse, like these like mousse cakes. But they're just visually striking and they're like easily repeatable because she created the molds with it.
Huh.
But yeah, it was a cool like pastry meets like fine art and sculpture thing. But yeah, definitely
Yeah.
check them out. It's like it's really beautiful stuff.
I know. Now I want to like go and look. I feel like I've seen the ones with the jello on the outside.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
someone
But
tried to
this is good.
recreate that on Great British Baking Show.
Oh really? Oh, got it, got
Yeah.
it. I gotta check that show out.
Oh,
Haven't
it's so
watched
cozy.
it.
You would love it.
No,
It's so cozy.
no, exactly.
You
Yeah, that's
should
why
be
I
on
heard
it.
it's like it's very supportive. It's a very supportive
It's so
environment.
supportive. Wait, I'm manifesting you being on that show. Okay.
Beautiful.
So I also read that you ended up studying business at University of San Diego and you were working as a food runner at nights. So what was it about the kitchen environment that really pulled you in?
Totally. Yeah, I think college was like it was like interesting time for me. I don't know, like college is like I think I felt like a little bit like lost personally, trying to figure
I
out
feel
like
that.
what I wanted to do. I started working in the kitchen on campus. It was like a fine dining restaurant on campus, which is like
Whoa.
so University of San Diego, like bouge town. But like yeah, but like I worked there and I loved it because I feel like it kind of gave me some like structure. I feel like, especially in college, I feel like there was not a lot of structure, but like in the kitchen there was like this community of not just students. It was people that were driving up from Tijuana. It was people that lived in the city just in general. I felt like there was like instant feedback. I knew like when I was doing something well, when I was doing something poorly. It just created like a structure in like my college environment and just like a
Yeah.
community of people that like I couldn't really pull from the university itself. It was just like people from all over. So it just felt very genuine and like a cool place. But
Yeah. I didn't know that they had a
yeah.
restaurant, like a fine dining restaurant. That's so cool. We did not have that at
Yeah.
Chapman. We had Wingstop.
Oh my God, you went to Chapman. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
University of San Diego has it's called La Gran Terraza. I think it's still there, but yeah.
Wow. That's really, what a cool opportunity. So how did you go from observing the pastry team to actually stepping in and helping make desserts?
I was just like girls with the pastry girlies, honestly, like because I was always by their station. Like they knew that I was interested. So like yeah, like we were always just like chatting and I always had an interest in baking. Like I was baking since growing up. So then
Mhm.
yeah, they kind of let me step in every once in a while and start to make the pastries. So it's cool to kind of
Were-
transition into that realm a little bit. But
Yeah. Were they students too? Or,
they weren't students. No. They were yeah.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. Like
Mhm.
legit. Damn. So, you've described yourself as a self-taught chef. So what did that learning process look like for you, like early on in those days?
Yeah, I think like yeah, I didn't go to like culinary school or anything. Like in terms of like process, I feel like it's a lot of just like playing around and cooking for other people. I think it's
Mhm.
like ebbed and flowed. Like I was doing a lot of pastry, baking cakes for people. And then I was living in Austin, Texas, and I was like smoking large briskets like for like parties. And then yeah, and then I started transitioning into seafood and then like really fell in love with like branzino after that. But
I love
yeah, a lot of like
Brazilian.
playing around. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Okay.
No, it's awesome.
Okay. So after school, I literally love this story so much. You worked in tech at like dream places for people like Dell, Shopify, and Google. So can you talk about like making that leap from this like incredible corporate career into food? Because I'm sure
Yeah,
people were like, "What are you doing? You're leaving Google?"
no golden handcuffs, seriously. And it's so nice. Like you have like it's such a great environment and like the people are great. I loved it. It was awesome, obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
What were you
but yeah,
doing
no,
at the different tech places?
I started in corporate finance and then I
Oh,
went into like data analytics after that. So yeah, I
oh,
mean, it was
dang.
really a range of things. I was like corporate finance and then like pricing, like I think, yeah, Peacock, I was doing like consumer data analytics. And then,
Peacock.
yeah, I worked at Peacock. Yeah, I was working at a Dirty Rock after I moved to New York.
Oh
Um,
my God. What a
yeah,
dream.
moving around. Yeah,
Literally
exactly.
so
Very
many lives
restless.
you've lived.
But yeah, then I was working at Google, and then this was just something on the side. But like, I was always cooking outside of work. Work always kind of felt like I don't. I guess like in the past, I always viewed work as like a method for me to live a life I wanted to outside of it, and
Mhm.
then I felt like I wasn't like satisfied. Like I just like I wasn't really getting what I wanted. I felt like I was like making, an income that felt comfortable, but then I was spending all that income to like feel happy and like wasn't
Yeah.
working. But so I think it like kind of, at least my perspective on it has changed. I feel like now at this point in my life, it's more like I'm gaining value from the contribution that I'm making and that I'm making and creating something that's like authentic to me. And I'm sure that will shift in the future where I want something that's going to be more stable. But for now, I just like, I have the energy. I just want to create something that like, I feel like is unique to me. But
Totally. So what about Branzino? How did you come up with this idea for Piscator?
yeah, so like I was cooking seafood a lot. I had a friend, he was traveling to Portugal and he came back and he had told me about branzino and I'd never cooked it before. So I
Oh.
like got in like a weird obsessive thing with it and I just like looked up all these videos. I was like cooking it and then I just like I fell in love with the food. I think it's the perfect food. I just like it, not only like the flavor and like just like the the fish itself, but like the method of eating it. Like it's such like a cool, like communal, intentional way to eat food. And then the fact that it's eaten like whole,
Mhm.
I feel like it just brings you so much closer to like the ingredient and like the source. And I just feel like it's
Yeah.
everything. It embodies everything that I think like food should be. But like after I was cooking it for people, I was often like kind of going out to different restaurants in New York City to kind of find it and try it out just because I had
Mhm.
an obsession. But I felt like I wasn't really capturing what I wanted to in like the experience just because I feel like seafood itself, like often in my, yeah, it's like a very high ticket item. I feel like when I have it out at
Mhm.
a restaurant, it's, it's just more formal and it doesn't feel
Yeah.
comfortable. And I want to be in a space like I want to be in like a grandma's backyard. Like I don't want to be in like a fancy restaurant sitting on a table, 6 feet from the person in front of me. It just doesn't feel right.
Mhm.
So that's where like this idea kind of came with the Brenzino and kind of building a pop up and selling it in the back of bars.
I love that. I totally agree too. Like when someone orders Branzino at like a nice restaurant, I'm like, oh dang, okay. Like
Yeah, you're like
going for the yeah, literally.
shit.
Have you had people come to the pop-up who have never tried Branzino before?
I have, yeah. No, I get a lot of people. My favorite people are the people that tell me they're not fish people or they're not seafood people. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, I have this food, like try it out. Because I think like, yeah, I think like with seafood too, often people will have like a bad experience with it. And then I feel
Mhm.
like they like attach that bad experience to the whole world of seafood. And that's just like not true. Like you can't do that. Like there's a whole world of
Yeah.
seafood to try out. So yeah, I have a lot of people that are new to it and try it out. And I get a lot of positive feedback. So yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, branzino is like the one cooked fish. I like all like sushi, but for some reason cooked fish like salmon and stuff. But it's my freaking parents didn't know how to make it. Sorry, mom and dad. But they like just it was like always too really dry. And so now I have a beef with salmon. But branzino is like the one fish. It's always so good. So I
It's
would love to
so
try
good.
yours one day.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's yeah, please do. I mean, I'll be back. Yeah. I mean, we'll figure it out.
You're coming, you
So
did an LA pop-up, right?
yeah, I was in LA. It was January through March of this year, and I was just
Uh-huh.
like I was trying it out, and it was great, big success. So I'm actually making it seasonal now. So I'll be here in New York through October, and then I'll be starting up the pop up in LA again in November, and then I'll be
Oh
there through
my
the following March. So it's just like a bi-coastal thing now. I'm
amazing.
gonna kind of travel back and forth, but
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
cool. So LA or Orange County people can go to LA. Do you think you'd ever do one in Orange County?
I would, yeah. I'm talking to a few folks, like to Orange County folks as well, to see. So yeah, I want to like bounce around. I think it'll be cool.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love that. Okay, there was a story that you had talked about in an interview about a woman from Greece who kept coming back because your food made her feel at home. I can only imagine how that must have felt for you to hear that. So, what did that mean to you as a chef?
Yeah, no, that was such a cool moment. And that was like when I was just kind of starting out, but there was a woman that had the food and then I started to recognize her because she kind of came week over week.
Mhm.
But then after talking to her, I learned that she was from Greece and like she just like really loved branzino. And then she told me that uh, she came to the pop-up because it was the only place she could close her eyes, eat the food, and feel like she was at home. And I was like,
Oh my God, I would cry.
I was like, oh my god, tearing up. But no, it was like it's a very magical moment because then it transitions that food to something that's incredibly emotional, and it now this food is nostalgia. Like now this food is like it has
Yeah.
meaning to it, and I think like it just like it was addictive. Like I heard that and I was like, this is really cool, and I want this. I want this feeling all the time. Like it was just a really
Yeah,
cool thing to hear.
that's
But
amazing. Okay, well, in addition to the branzino, are there any other dishes that you serve that you want to mention?
So right now, I'm not right now. Yeah.
Okay,
For
okay,
right now,
okay.
I'm just like keeping the same menu and then I'm gonna start expanding, just like not quite yet.
Okay, okay, that's exciting to hear. Well, going back a bit to you were talking about you have camping materials or like camping cookware and stuff like that. What can someone expect when they come to your pop up?
Um, oh, like in terms of like the setup or like the
Yeah, because it's so
yeah, so
cute.
like
And seeing
it's
photos of
so
it, I'm
funny.
like, "Take a
Yeah,
picture."
no, like so it's meant to feel super familiar and like very casual and relaxed. So I partner with different wine bars or like different restaurants to try to like kind of connect with more of the local community as well. So like if you're in New York, like typically it's kind of more of a dive situation. Our like resident bar Truce. You like kind of get to Truce, this very unassuming bar. You like walk through the narrow bar to the backyard, and then in the backyard it's like a lot of plants, a lot of greenery. And then I set up my camping equipment. I set up all these kind of teak tables, lighting for whenever it gets dark. And we're just like grilling everything right in front of you. It's all made to order. So we pre-sell all our orders and there's a time slot associated. So when you arrive within that time slot, you let us know and you see the fish like come out of the cooler, get all the seasoning, get all the aromatics, and just go straight on the grill. So it's all just like made to order. It's meant to be super fresh, super interactive. I just like want people to feel connected to the experience and connected to their food. It's important to me that people can see it too. Like I don't like whenever I can't see the kitchen. Like I want to feel more
Yeah,
connected to the process. So
totally. It really looks like something that I would see in like a TV show or a movie. It's just so
yeah.
cozy and cute. I saw that you also talked about a fishmonger like knew your name and that you were like so happy about that. So where do you
Yeah.
source your fish from?
So the fish, they come from different places. At least in LA, there's a fishmonger. They're called Yamamoto, and they're in downtown LA. It's like a family-owned business. They provide a lot of the tuna you find around LA, but they also provide my
Oh,
branzino. So you've probably had their food, you just don't realize it. Here in New York, there's a fishmonger based out of Newark, and they drive all their fish and deliver it to me. But yeah, I've experimented with a lot of different fishmongers and a lot of different kind of people. But my fish in New York come from the coast of Spain, and then my fish in
whoa.
LA come from Turkey. So it's all air
Oh
freighted
my
in.
God. Oh,
Yeah,
so
so it's
cool. Okay, God, now
traveling
next time
fish.
I need to try this fish so bad. Okay, so is there anything that you want to shout out for 2026 for listeners to keep an eye out for? You mentioned you're coming to LA next year, and this will come out in end of summer, like end of July.
Yeah, just like I'm traveling around. Like I just want as many people to have the food as possible. And like for right now, it's like the demand is crazy. Like the demand has gotten really high, and it's just
Mhm.
like I'm learning how to scale my own operations and get more food out. So it's just like higher volume. Like I'm just trying to serve as many people as I can this summer. But yeah,
Yeah.
for folks in Orange County, I'll be in LA and potentially Orange County. And then if anyone's in town to New York, like I'll be around Brooklyn for these months, summer months.
So exciting. Okay, well, we're coming to the end of our time. Before I let you go, I have three final questions for you that we call the thoughtful three. So,
Sure.
first, you live by the quote, limitations are style. How has that mindset shaped the way that you cook and build your brand?
I like love this quote so much. I read it in it was a fiction book. It's called Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow,
Oh
and
my
it
God.
has
Wait, I
nothing.
read that book.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. It has nothing to do about food. Like it's like yeah.
It's like
It's like
gaming,
about yes. It's a game
creating
book.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she has a quote in there. She talks and she's talking about him, and like she's saying, well, limitations are style if you make them so. And it just like it really like connected with me or like resonated with me just because, especially with a pop up, like I don't have a chef background. Like I can't like I don't have like I have a corporate job on the side. Like I don't have
Mhm.
limited time. I have all these things, and I feel like it always kind of made me a little bit insecure, honestly. But
Mhm.
I feel like that like limitations it shifted because it's like limitations shouldn't constrain you. They should actually direct you. Like they should actually kind of like channel you to have a different perspective on what you're trying to communicate. So I feel like yes, I don't have this background, but that means I have to double down on curation. That means I have to be extremely honest about what I'm trying to put out into the world. And I feel like that honesty is actually what people connect to. Like that unique perspective is what people connect to. So it just like it
Yeah.
shifted me. I'm like, no, like yes, I have this limitation, but that means I have a unique way of what I'm doing, and that's what's actually going to set me apart. Like it just completely shifted like how I view constraints and like limitations. But I try to like keep that with everything I do now.
Yeah, totally. I mean, your story in itself is like the fact that you've worked at all these crazy, like cool companies before. It just, I love your story so much. So I definitely think I love that quote too. Okay. How has your definition of success changed over the course of your career? I'm really interested to hear your answer on this one.
Yeah, it's hard. I feel like I think especially growing up, I feel like success was like I'm just gonna say like always associated to money and like I don't know, we're from Orange County, like it's around like I feel like you can see it. Like and I know it's prevalent in other communicate like other communities, but like we see it like in Orange County.
Mhm.
But I think like as I've kind of worked that through in my head, that has shifted. A lot of success to me means like contribution at this point. So it's like what I'm doing now is I'm creating events and I'm trying to get food out to people and I'm creating like an environment for people to, you know, have food and enjoy themselves with other people. So like that to me feels like a contribution and that feels like more of a success to me. It feels more genuine. So I think I'm shifting more in that direction, but I do miss
Yeah.
that old paycheck, but it's okay.
I know, Google has been crazy.
Yeah.
Uh, but the like literally like I was just thinking like when the lady from Greece told you that story, I would have been like, I've made it. Like that's
Yeah, like
like that's
this is
it.
the
Like
best.
that's
Yeah.
so great. Okay, well, lastly, what advice do you have for listeners who are currently working in a corporate role but wish to leave to pursue a passion?
For sure. I think just like putting stuff on paper, like I think just doing it because I feel like the action and then the feedback from that action actually informs you of like what direction to go. I feel like so much like I get so stuck in my head, especially in the corporate realm of like I get so busy with like planning that I don't actually do. And then since I don't actually do, like I don't actually know what direction to go. So I feel like just like
Yeah,
starting is really important. And then just like being really flexible on what direction that takes you.
totally. Well, thank you so much. It was so nice finally getting to meet you, and I really,
Cool.
really
Great to meet
appreciated
you
your time
too.
and loved getting to hear your story.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.